channel. My name is Michelle. We talk all things life, love, spirituality, law of attraction, all of that juicy goodness. Guess what today is? Today is my daughter's birthday. She turned 13 on the 13th, and it's her heavenly birthday. So if you're new to my channel, my daughter passed in 2012. It is not a sad thing. It was a beautiful gift. Our bond, our relationship, our connection is something that I just can't even put into words. And she is my guiding light. She's my everything. And today is her birthday. So we're celebrating her with a reading. I made a deck of cards in memory of her called Micah Magic because she has been known to bring magic to everybody I meet, technically that she meets through me. And she starts to send them hearts. I have heart tattoos on my body. I have one on my finger. I got my heart nails done this week for her. I have a heart here. And we have a interesting 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and the Hermit. This must have been from our last reading. I'm going to put that back in. But maybe to start off, this could be somebody's coming into a family energy. Abundance is growing. It's literally like falling from the sky. It's growing on trees. And it's because you went in and did all the work in hermit mode to co-create this life for yourself. So allow me to be the messenger today from Micah to you. It's her golden birthday, so let's open up some sacred space. I hope you all have been having a wonderful week. I am living my little nomad life. All of my stuff, I left my apartment. All of my stuff is in storage. I found mold in my apartment. Technically didn't find it, but my symptoms, I got a scan done and got all these tests done, and it showed it in my lungs. So there's definitely mold somewhere in my life, which I spend most of my life in my apartment. So, but I never kind of dug it up or asked them to open up the walls. I just abruptly left, and my neighbors found it in their upstairs bathroom. So I definitely know it's in the building. But it's real, and I've been living there for what, 5 years now. So now we are detoxing. I'm in a beautiful home. This is a family I used to nanny for. They're like, Michelle, you can stay as long as you need. They're so nice. And I have to be really careful about the next place that I go into, that to make sure that it doesn't have any like everyday mold, because I'm so sensitive to it right now. I even tried to go stay at my friend Teresa's house in Pennsylvania yesterday, and I woke up at 3 in the morning. I actually didn't even go to sleep, with all of my symptoms back times 1,000. It was so bad. I don't know if it was my body having a physical reaction to something there. I don't think their house has mold because her husband is on top of that stuff. He checks the humidity. He has health things that he's healing, so he's very, very aware of the environment. He literally has like gauges around on every level of their house, in every room, to check the humidity. So I don't know why my body responded that way, but I'm worried about them because I hope there's no mold in there. But I definitely had to leave in the middle of the night because it was so bad. My symptoms were so bad. So I'm so grateful that I was able to come back here. My goal was to kind of travel and house hop and go visit friends and clients. But now that I'm realizing how sensitive I am, I think I need to stay put here and just let my body heal for as long as I can. So I have to pause my little nomad life. So let's call on our guides. Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, please open sacred space. Please only allow the highest and whitest light messages to come through. Bless me. Bless my cards. Bless my beautiful viewers. Bless sweet Micah. I got her little angel over here. So let's open up and let's see what messages we need to hear today. Felt guided to quickly do a prayer card to start off this week's reading. We just came out of a full moon. Travel. That's so funny. I just told my friend, every time I get in my Bronco, I just want to like live in it. I'm like, why do I want to like just, I feel like there's no mold there. So I could probably like put all the seats down in the back and sleep in it. But this reminds me of that. So here we go. Let every aspect of this trip unfold in harmony. May divine order arrange and handle every detail. I'll be guided easily and follow the leads as they are shown. So this is a beautiful card. And travel can sometimes mean going through an ego death. You're traversing your inner world. You're traveling within to discover who you truly are. This could mean physical travel. I know one of my friends, one of my best friends, she's going to Canada and to Mexico. So she's going to be going on a trip. I technically am on a trip right now. I left my apartment. I don't know where I'm going next. So that's the energy. It's very in alignment. A lot of people are abruptly moving environments, changing jobs, and just transitioning out and vacationing and giving themselves an actual break. So that's the first message, is where can you take a vacation in your life and just chill out and relax. And every aspect of the trip will be taken care of. Service. You stop using the universe to try to get what you want, and you start asking love, aka God and the universe, to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. So we have travel and service. So this literally could mean somebody might be traveling to go do their mission. Maybe your mission is hitting all these different locations and bringing your energy to these people, to these states, to these countries. I firmly believe that our soul is called to travel when we need to visit a location to kind of get more of our soul online, because maybe in a past life you lived there, or you did something there, or you're healing something in your family line at a certain location in a certain country. So be open to those places that you visit and it feels like home. It might not mean you live there, but it means that you've lived there in the past, or a parallel life. You know how we talk about past lives and they're not really in the past. Everything is happening simultaneously, but you're being of service in some way. I don't know why I'm so drawn to the colors in these cards. They look so pretty together. Lately, I feel like I'm going through somewhat of another awakening through this process. I'm just like, I know I'm going, you guys probably know this too. When you're going through an awakening, everything becomes prettier. Like the flowers outside, you're looking at them and you're just like so grateful and you're appreciating everything and you're in the present moment. And I just got guided to do the tree magic deck. That reminds me of nature and just appreciating nature. But there's something about you traveling to go do your mission. The laurel tree, victory. There is no crowning glory of achievement without first being victorious over inner conflict. If this isn't an ego death card, I don't know what is. Inner conflict is your ego trying to take the wheel, trying to direct your path, saying, we should go this way. We know what's best. And then we get rerouted. Like me thinking I was going to go to Pennsylvania for a week. And the universe said, no, you don't need to be there. You need to be here. And I wouldn't be here doing this if I was out there. So everything kind of happens so synchronistically, and you have to trust it. I was driving home at 3 a.m. and thank God I have friends in other countries where the time difference is helpful, because I was able to call my friend on my drive home to keep me awake. So I was okay driving. And she was 6 hours ahead of me. So it's like all of these things are kind of like divinely orchestrated, that you're going to be provided for in every step of the way. Okay, we're going to do some tarot. This is Angel Wisdom Tarot. Whoa. Okay, we have the King of Wands, saucy, and the Hermit. So we got the Hermit twice, because remember the Hermit came out before. I'll show you what the picture looks like. The Hermit in this card has a rainbow in it. So maybe a rainbow is a sign for somebody. And there's a fire. I've never really looked closely at this card. I just heard Archangel Raphael. Someone needs to call in Archangel Raphael into your home, into your life, into your body to help you heal. King of Wands. Let's see what this says. Motivational, inspiring, theatrical, ambitious, take a leadership role, step into the spotlight, public speaking, keep your eyes on the big picture, communicate your vision, don't be sensitive to criticism. So somebody might be stepping out on a ledge and saying, okay, I'm just going to go for it. I'm going to take this leap. I'm going to start traveling. I'm going to start speaking. I'm going to start sharing myself more. And King of Wands can also mean like a relationship, like a masculine energy who's super turned on by you. And the wand is very sexual. But it could also just mean somebody who's really passionate, because wands represent passion in the tarot, and like fire energy and moving towards something. So we have victory, travel, service, somebody stepping up to do their mission. And then we have the Hermit. Time spent in peaceful meditation and meaningful solitude. Shine your light as an example to others. Seek out or become a spiritual mentor, self-discovery. So somebody's becoming a mentor, somebody's becoming a guide. You're going to start traveling. Maybe you're going to be really going within. And like I said before, the traveling could be like an inner thing. And you're going within to see who you truly are. And as you travel inward and outwardly, you're going to be coming in contact with new versions of yourself through other people and through yourself. So be open to that as well. I just got guidance to do Kyle Gray's, the angel guide. Signs and reminders. We have butterflies, two birds, a feather in the middle, a diamond shape, the moon, the clouds. Look how pretty this is. Signs and reminders. Let's read this one. Okay. Kyle Gray, what do you got for us? Oh, I opened right up to it. Your message, angels and loved ones in heaven are sending you signs of their presence now. You may be seeing the same number patterns or sequences, finding feathers, seeing the same birds at special times, or even feeling that you're being visited by a loved one or angels in your dreams or at some point in your day. These are all messages of support. You are on the right path and you are being guided to know that you do not have to walk this path alone. And this is page number 88. I just saw that. In times of need, angels are beside you, blessing your heart with love and healing, and your angels and loved ones in heaven will never leave you. Their love will never die. Angels love to send us signs because often we're not in a space where we can fully listen to their guidance. Most of the time, because we're too busy or not willing to listen to the messages we hear on the inside, and signs catch our attention. They remind us that our angels and loved ones in spirit are with us and willing to help us. If you have ever found yourself questioning certain events or signs, it's because somewhere within you, you don't feel fully adequate or worthy of the love that is being shown to you. Know that you are worthy. When you receive a sign, there's an important step that you must take in order to usher miracles into your life. Call in help. A sign is a message that help is available, so welcome it in with an open heart. So now we have travel, King of Wands, being of service. There's a victory here with the laurel tree. You're hermiting, you're going into peaceful meditation. You're either working with a mentor, becoming a mentor, self-discovery, which also could mean the travel card is that self-discovery. And then the signs and the reminders, Spirit's going to guide you as you travel. They're going to lead you along the way so you can trust them. All right, let's do Kim Cran's Wild Unknown Animal deck. The Otter. Okay, this is like vacation energy. Have fun. Don't take life too seriously. Get out and play. Your joy is everything. So maybe because you've done this, because you have already traversed and you have already been of service, now you're having that victory. You've been the King of Wands, and now it's time to celebrate. Okay. So prior to this, you were a fish out of water. You were like kind of freaking out, going, I don't know what to do. I don't know which way to go. And then the rabbit is fear. So the rabbit literally talks about the eagle coming down and swooping him. And he's like, oh no, I'm afraid I'm going to get eaten. I'm afraid I'm going to get eaten. And the eagle's like, thanks for giving me that idea. Or the hawk, I forget which bird it is in the book that she talks about this with the rabbit card. So it's like, don't manifest these limiting beliefs. Don't manifest the fear. Go towards it. Jump back in the water. Go on the vacation. Be the otter and be playful. The fish card could also be Pisces energy for anybody that is a Pisces. It could mean you're super emotional at this time right now. Maybe these signs and reminders are making you emotional. Maybe you're feeling really connected to spirit. Yes. Your manifestation is about to arrive. Pretend like it is here now. What would you do today if you had it? Go do that. So somebody's getting a manifestation. Maybe the travel is the manifestation. Maybe the trip is the manifestation. I just got guidance to do some charms. 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yes, travel again. We have the Eiffel Tower. Yes. I'm going to put that right on the travel card. We have a heart. with a little rose. I feel like that's Micah talking to us. A little heart. We'll put that on the King of Wands. We have a butterfly, which represents deep transformation, a complete overhaul of who you are in ego death. We're going to put that on the signs and reminders card because there's already butterflies there. Then we have a beautiful flower. You have grown into this beautiful flower. You are now blooming. You're becoming that King of Wands and you're sharing your light. So we're going to put that on the Hermit because the Hermit has that butterfly bursting out of his chest. And then we have the turtle. Don't we love the turtle? The turtle talks about what do you have underneath your shell? What have you been gathering all of your life? And now it's time to get out and be of service and share it. And then we have Archangel Michael. This is my Archangel Michael guy. I kind of made it up. I really don't know what it is, but he's my angel, and I think it is him. But I never really looked it up with the charms that I bought. So it's a representation of through this process, through you getting out there and sharing your mission. Maybe you're going to write a book. You're blooming. You're finally coming into your true authenticity. And Archangel Michael has been that angel that has been with you the entire time. So don't question any path. I've heard so many people, I'm not big on like shrooms or ayahuasca or anything like that. I've had my own unique experiences in meditation with my third eye opening and all these different things back in my spiritual awakening days in 2018 and 19. I had some really profound experiences. And a lot of times when people are using psychedelics to connect, they have the same experiences through meditation. And what we find is that like when you go into that kind of meditation or a ceremony like that, you find that everything is all connected. You find that every single step on your path, even you choosing what food to eat, is divine. It's all orchestrated to help you in some way. Even if you're choosing a poor food to eat, there's some purpose to it where that food's going to make you sick. And then you're going to learn that, oh, this makes me sick, I'm not going to eat it. And then maybe share it with somebody else and you save them from getting sick in the future. So it's like all these divine appointments I just heard are led by Archangel Michael. And that's why I just grabbed Archangel Michael's angel deck. So we're going to see what other messages the angels want us to hear. So every single step of the way is perfect. I just heard somebody's going through a massive ego death, and ego deaths are not just like the death of our thought patterns or the death of who we used to be. It's actually like a physical death. Like we can feel like we're physically dying because the energy is kind of like turning over. You're getting flipped upside down and you're dumping out all that's not you. And then when we get flipped back over, we're now this new person and we're like, wow, I feel more present. I'm looking at the trees and I'm more grateful for them. So an ego death is not just a destruction of the ego, it's a destruction of the energy body that held that ego. I've never said that before. That was a really good message. Thank you, Spirit. Says number 20, no, it is not yet time. This is not the divine right time to take action. Please be patient. The opportune moment is approaching. So this is a patience energy. We have an hourglass. So the hourglass isn't done yet. When that is done, you're going to be shown, the door is going to be open and you'll be shown where to go to next. So in my situation, this is symbolic, right? So connect it to your situation. I'm in this holding spot in this house right now. It doesn't feel like my end game, like I'm not going to live here forever. It's a holding spot. The time hasn't come yet and I'm waiting. And this was brought to me. I'm here and I'm trusting in the unknown, in the process that eventually I might be traveling. I might be going somewhere. Same with you. Where in your life are you being held up right now? Spirit is saying, just trust it. My sleeve almost just caught on fire. We'll blow that out just to be safe. I like to save my candles. I don't like them to burn during the whole reading. I feel like it's kind of a waste. We don't need it. We don't need it. And this is a beeswax candle, by the way. Beeswax is healthy, not scented. Bees are the highest vibrational animals. The honey that we can eat from them is super high vibrational. If somebody is sick, make sure you're taking a spoonful of honey a day. Happiness. And another butterfly. You are being led. So you're in a holding spot right now, but your happiness the outer card, the playful energy, the travel. You are about to experience so much joy in your life, and you've just been through so much craziness with the fish out of the water, the rabbit. You've dissolved so much fear that you are now free from the fear. And look how colorful she is. She's pure light. The destruction of the ego is happening, and we're becoming a higher frequency. We're becoming a new version of ourselves. Like I said, we're being flipped over and all of that is being dumped out, all that's not us. And now we're being shown who we are without all that conditioning. And I've gone through, I'm sure you guys can relate, so many ego deaths since 2018, 17. And if you don't fully know what an ego death really is, it's any time that you wake up one day and you feel different and you see more of who you are and you see how icky you used to be. You see where your ego was judging other people, was criticizing you. And now you're like so in love with life the next day. And you're like, I don't feel like I'm worried about anything. You know, funds could be low in your bank account. Maybe you need to leave your job, but you're for some reason not stressed about it. You have just come out of an ego death, because when you come out, there's literally no fear. And it's temporary. We can't always be in that situation. We need a little bit of fear to move us in our life and to make us feel that like push to leave something or to go somewhere new. But ego deaths are real and they're happening so fast for some people. Ego deaths can happen through a loss, through grief. We have the hedgehog. I'm sorry, I thought it said self-acceptance, but it just says acceptance. Embrace who you are. Yep. So sometimes we want to resist. We want to like still put ourselves in a box and still do the things we used to do because that's how we made money or that's how we know ourselves to be. But this is saying, be the hedgehog, be yourself. Don't try to be something that you're not. Okay, we're going to do my little psychedelic Angels of Abundance deck. Little drink break. Cheers to Winnie the Pooh. He was my favorite cartoon character as a kid. And I'm drinking Reds by Organifi. If you guys want to take a screenshot, look at all the ingredients, all the goodness in this. I'm trying to nurse myself back to health. This is my form of caffeine, even though it's caffeine free, but it's got a lot of superfoods that boost the energy, make you feel good. I can't believe I actually gave up coffee, you guys. I'd been drinking coffee since 2017. I actually didn't even taste coffee until my 30s. And then I was highly addicted to it from 2017 till about maybe December or January of this year. I forget when I fully gave it up, but I have not had coffee since then. I'm so proud of myself. Oh, this is so funny. Conscious consumer. This is about like the things that you buy. Being conscious about it. It says you have the power to heal and help the world with your decision to buy only products and services that are ethical and environmentally friendly. As a conscious consumer, you choose to invest in fair trade and organic goods. You live simply and you purchase only that which you need. So it's not buying an overflow or an abundance of things, because things end up building like their energy. You're holding on to more energy. So maybe take a walk around your house today and this week and think about, you know, what can I donate? What can I pass on to somebody else? And how can I free up more space in my body and in my life? All right, let's break out some Mica Magic. I know a lot of you guys love this deck. And you tell me when you book readings with me or when you do my inner alchemy coaching, you're like, I love Mica's deck. I love it too. Oh, look, 444. Your angels are moving things for you. Anytime you see 4s, 44, 444, it's your angel saying, hey, something is on the way. Trust, we got you. Mom was already flipped over. Set energetic boundaries. If you don't know what this means asking your angels to put a cocoon around you before you go into a store. If you're going to sleep somewhere new, if you're going to a hotel while you're traveling, before you get on the airplane, you're going to say, angels, guides, can you please protect me? Put your white light bubble around me. Ask Archangel Michael, because we got the charm. Say, put your protective bubble around me while I'm going into the airport. Allow me to get through security so fast. Allow me to get a free coffee if you're drinking coffee. Allow me to, you just ask out loud for your angels to kind of protect you through your day. And that is setting boundaries because you're putting up that barrier between you and the rest of the world, and your angels can do that for you. You don't have to do all the cleansing routines yourself. You can just call on your angels in a pinch. Lady Luck is on your side. This is my money card. So if you're seeing a ladybug, money is on the way. Remember, your manifestation is about to arrive. And it's going to bring you so much happiness, but it's not time yet, but it's coming. And I know I don't like to preach the waiting energy because, you know, when we're in a manifestation vibe, we don't want to be in a waiting energy. We want to be in the energy that it's done. And we're just becoming closer and closer to it in a way, which is kind of waiting, but we don't want to be in that, like, where is it energy? We want to be that it's here. What are we going to do now that it's here? And we have it's an emotional time. Be gentle with yourself. I just heard that somebody's body is remembering a time of grief, and it's okay, and let it remember it, let it purge it. Don't let your ego try and perpetuate the story of, oh my gosh, we're going to be alone forever, or this person left and I'm so sad. You can have those thoughts, but don't let it spiral. You know, allow the cry to happen, but don't create the story while you're crying. And I know you guys know what I mean by that, because you can pay attention to when you're in grief and you're sad, you acknowledge it. But then if it's any longer than 2 minutes, you're perpetuating it. You're making it more than it really needs to be. The body's just needing to release right now. And the ego can sometimes keep us trapped in a loop of victimhood and suffering, and it's telling us, oh, and it's telling us that life is never going to get any better. Yes, your past loved one is here, and they're saying, hey, I love that you're sad about me. I love you so much. And I see you crying, and I don't want you crying for too long because I want you living life. I want you to be happy. I want you to transform. I want you to keep growing. I want you to share my story with the turtle charm. I want you to travel. I want you to have fun. It's time to create. Don't forget that we all came here to create something, to create our own line of work, to create art, to create a beautiful home for yourself. We are creators at the core. So anytime people get depressed or filled with anxiety or they feel stagnant in their life, it's because they've stopped creating. They're not using that inner child, that joy energy to put something out into the world. Wow, we have, these were just on top, as you can see. They were just flipped over. So we have your higher love is coming. You are loved. Thank your guides for all that you have. Your angels love you so much. Remember, 444, they're moving things for you. So there's a past loved one that's here that's helping move things for you. And I just heard it's a woman. It's a feminine energy that is with us. They're saying, you are so loved. We got your back. You can thank us. Be grateful for us. We are going to bring you this higher love connection that you think is not possible for you. It is, and it's on the way. All right, I'm going to do another charm for some reason. Wow, we have a key, a unicorn, and a tree, the tree of life. So we have the unicorn, which I always see that charm is kind of like, are you trusting in the universe? Do you need to trust more? And we have the tree of life. I like to see this as the soulmate tree, your soul tribe. My mentor taught me that I used to be somebody who would get very hung up on one person being my soulmate, my twin flame. And that was back in 2018. I was so wounded. I was so weak-minded about partnership. I thought I needed a partner to be happy. And we went through many, many ego deaths of me letting go of that facade of what the world has created us to think, the fairy tale story. The real thing that we're craving is spiritual connection. There's no greater feeling on the planet than going through a spiritual awakening and feeling connected to God, to source, to your angels. There's no better feeling. And then on top of that, because you connect with source, you're really saying, like, I am so connected to myself that now when you manifest a partner, it becomes really easy and enjoyable because you're not relying on them to make you happy, because you've realized that your connection of happiness is to source, right? Like she's looking up here. She's not hugging a man or a woman. And you can see somebody in the background right here. Kind of zoom in for you. But she's found her happiness through her own connection to spirit, to God, to source. And then when a man comes along, they share. It's almost like it's a triangle. He's here or she's here, he's here or she's here, and then they connect to God at the top of the triangle. And that is the transformation. So if you're trying to go past, you're trying to avoid source and you're trying to go right to the partner because you think that they're your source of happiness, you're going to be redirected up. And the redirection up is that person will ghost you. They will never show up because you're knocking down the wrong door. You need to be going up towards source and the hermit energy and unlocking that door of self-love. And that's coming back to the hermit card, which is solitude, connecting with yourself. Because your ego, that destruction of the ego is going to tell you that you can't survive without a partner. And I'm with you. I know those feelings, but that is not who you are. That is just your ego telling you that story. And now your guides are saying, be ready to receive because you've done it. You've done all the work now. All right, let's switch it up. Let's do, what do we want to do next? Let's do Gateway Oracle. I have a couple more decks that I haven't used yet. We have Gateway Oracle, Expecting Miracles. Cherishing self. Oh, you guys, we were just talking about self-love. I accept and love myself. Because you've learned how to find joy through buying yourself flowers, buying yourself gifts, making yourself yummy teas or coffee, eating healthy food, you are cherishing yourself. And that's why the higher love is coming, because you found your joy through spirit and through yourself. So now you're not going to be so dependent on somebody else. Yeah, rising above. I see only beauty and grace coming out of the lotus. That is wild because we were just talking about going up and connecting to source. Rising above. You're going beyond the ego's limitations. The ego has such strong, loud limitations. And remember, it's not just the mind space. You're breaking out of the physical destruction. You're becoming more light. You're pushing out all that's not you, right? You're flipped upside down and you're dumping off more out of your field. So your field holds the ego's trauma, the ego's patterns. And the more you get flipped over and dumped out, the more you rise above. And now you're emanating. Look at the light around her. Her energy field doesn't hold the density of her pain and trauma anymore. That's the same energy as this. You guys, you're going through some massive awakenings this week. This is really fun. So any limitation that you've had, and a limitation can sound like, how am I going to get out of this job? How am I going to get out of this marriage? I don't know what to do. That is all your ego thinking it needs to figure out the next step. And I want you to pause and say, my soul has the plan. My soul is going to travel and figure it out ahead of time. And then I just have to follow the breadcrumbs. I just have to work on myself. They say the dark night of the soul continues as long as you deny love for yourself. So your manifestation is coming. Now we just have to be in our self-care and our self-love and really start chipping away at everything that's not us. Okay, let's do Angels of Abundance. This is Tosha Silver's deck. Right action. Let everything that wants to go, go, and everything that wants to come, come. Wow, look at that. I just totally noticed all the birds. We had another card with some birds in it, the signs and the reminders. So you're rising above and letting go and being shown the next right action. You're not settling for anything less than you deserve. Now let's do some Light Seers Tarot. The Chariot. Your chariot is on the way. This is fully balanced, black and white horse, the yin yang, the masculine, the feminine energy is balanced. And now, because you're so balanced, you're full speed ahead on your mission. You're full speed ahead on this travel. The chariot represents travel. And your king of cups is coming to pick you up. He loves to ground. He loves to meditate. He loves to be at peace with himself. He's emotionally grounded. He knows himself inside and out. He's just you in another body. He's another version of you because you've balanced yourself. Look, we have the balance card, justice. Everything is fully balanced. Direct mirror. You are being mirrored by this other person coming in. Like, talk about fully balanced. The ego destruction has happened. You've dumped out all the versions of you that are not a match to you anymore. They're matched to your childhood. It's like you pulled yourself out of the childhood bubble, and now you're going to be flying high, rising above, doing your self-care, being shown the next right action, and life is going to support you along the way. God is going to show up for you in ways that you could not even have imagined. Oh my gosh. We got the sun card. Holy shit, you guys. Look at this. All the same energy. This is all feminines shining bright, literally in their joy, in their happiness. Your good is on the way. Your manifestations are on the way. Just trust the process. All right, lovies, I'm going to end this here. I hope you have a fabulous week. Micah says that she loves you. She says thank you for saying happy birthday to her. She's going to send you hearts. She's going to send you sunshine, butterflies, a turtle, Archangel Michael, a key, a butterfly, the tree of life, the unicorn, and somebody's going to Paris to fall in love. All right, lovies, I hope you have a fabulous week, and I will see you in the next one. All right, peace out.